Bill Schnee on when Ricky Lee Jones went a little too far with drumming legend Jeff Porcaro. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. He's won Grammys, an Emmy, a Dove Award, and he's one heck of an engineer-producer, working with artists like Barbra Streisand, Carly Simon, Ringo Starr, Marvin Gaye, Leo Sayer, Olivia Newton-John. There was Neil Diamond, Steely Dan, Pablo Cruz, Huey Lewis and the News, and don't forget Boss Skaggs, Chicago, Whitney Houston, Miles Davis, Dire Straits, George Benson, and a heck of a lot of other artists that we have not mentioned because the list would just be too long.
Oh, you were close to Jeff Porcaro, right? You were close to
Very. Yeah. In fact, there's a story, I assume it's in the book, about he and Chucky's in Love Is Who? Neither one of us.
Ricky Lee Jones.
Ricky, yeah. So one day I'm in some control room mixing, and Jeff comes in with an album, her first album, and he said, "Here, put this up. We got to dig this." And so we put it up, and we're listening to it. He played on one track on that album, on her first album, and I saw, wow, what a talent, just great talent. So the next album, Jeff gets called to do the drumming, and so he goes in and they start running the song down, whatever it was, and he's in a booth and she's in a booth, and she's sitting there. Jeff tells me the story. She's sitting there and they run it down, and she goes, "Drummer, I don't like the way you're playing that. Try something else." Jeff was not exactly an egotistical person, but I don't think he enjoyed being disrespected either. And, for an artist not to be able to know the name of the musician she's working with. Anyway, that kind of continued, and it got to, they were cutting the track, and she stopped it in the first chorus, and she said, "Play a different fill going into the chorus." He went, "Okay." So they run down the song again, and he plays a different fill, and she said, No, try this. Doom, chicka, doom, doom, boom, ba, doom, doom. And he goes, okay. And so they started again, and she's, as it's coming up, she stops her rough vocal, stops singing to say, "Drummer, play it hard, play it really hard." And so he goes, okay. And he took his sticks on end and did the fill, stabbing each head, chink, chicka, kunk, kunk, dunk, and bam, ended with the snare with the stick sitting up, got up and walked out.
Oh my God. Well,
I had a similar situation with, not quite as bad, and I didn't react quite like that, with Julio Iglesias, who asked me to record an album and in my studio, and he didn't show up the first 2 days from Florida. So we went ahead and cut 2 tracks, a song each day. And he came in on the 3rd day and played him back what we had done. And he said, I think we could do it better. And he just wanted to be there when it was cut, which is fine. He has that right. So we started in on recutting the first song. And he's sitting there listening as the guys start playing it. And he goes, "Engineer, turn up the bass, please." It probably wasn't even a please, to be honest. And we're going along, and a little, an hour later, it's, "Engineer, I don't need that. Take that away." Okay. And so on. Went the whole day. "Engineer, do this. Engineer, do that." And so the next day it starts again. And then about an hour into the session or something, he says, "That's a very good piano sound." "Oh, thank you." And about an hour later, they came in for a playback, and people are saying, "Boy, it sounds great, Bill." And he goes, "Yes, that's a very good drum sound." And I went, "Oh, good." And then they went out again to record again, and he went, "Bill, could you do this?" And all of a sudden now, I guess I had to earn my name. I don't know. But
wow.
It's
How
a flawed
long did it take you
system.
to do it?
The book?
Yeah.
Well, I had a little problem with cancer in the middle of it.
Oh, sorry. to hear that.
Did you know that?
No.
No. It was throat cancer, but fortunately the kind from a virus, not from smoking. I never smoked. Both of my parents did. I didn't feel the need to. I never even tried a cigarette. But it was throat cancer from the virus, which is great because 90% they get it, 90% it'll never come back. But it is one of the worst treatments in cancer. And so that was kind of in the middle. and other things too. So if I condensed it, I mean, from the time I first started till I finished, it was probably 4 years, but it was really 2 years, I would say. Probably took 2 years to do it.
I always look at writing a book. It's such an arduous task of going, oh my God, do I want to go back down those roads? Well, it depends upon the type of life you've had. That's the thing too.
Yeah, well, and that's the very fortunate thing for me, because other than a divorce, which I just leave out of the book totally, just skipped over it, and the cancer, I've had an unbelievably blessed life. So in fact, when I was writing it, I was probably 2/3 of the way through, and I was looking back over the chapters at that time. They got rearranged and whatnot. But as I was looking over everything, because I basically started it chronologically, so I could follow it. And I looked at the titles and whatnot, and I went, wow. I lived it all, and I had just written it all over the last whatever months and months and months. But all of a sudden, just looking at it, I was very impressed.
We'll have more from Bill Schnee coming up in 3-4 days. His new book is out, Chairman of the Board, The Soundtrack of a Generation. There'll be links in the description of this video and to his website where you can order the book. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. Also, if you want to make a donation to the site, there's a link at the very top of the description. You can also pick up a t-shirt. I'm John Beaudin. Take care of yourself.